Hi, my name is Sharanya Kumar.
My name is Vaca.
And my name is Fernando, Ceja. Today, we'll be presenting the digital marketing campaign for Vuori. You asked and we delivered. This is our table of contents, and this will be every section that we'll be going through for our deck today. Starting off with situational analysis. The global athleisure market size is valued at approximately 280 billion US dollars and is expected to grow 8.6% annually from 2020 to 2028. Increased passion for sports and recreational activities are predicted to fuel demand for athleisure gear. Consumers continue to find and invest in new items made of sustainable, durable, and high-quality materials, according to Forbes. And many firms are attempting to bridge the gap between fashion and innovative functional designs.
Vuori has seen its revenue nearly triple in 2020, despite the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Every day, consumers are swapping out jeans and office wear for yoga pants, sweats, and shorts as they work from home and spend more free time there. And as a result, Vuori's commitment to the comfort and quality of its clothing has garnered praise from consumers.
Let's talk about the competition a little bit. We have three brands here: Everlane, Lululemon Athletica, and Outdoor Voices. Starting off with Everlane, they are an SF-A sustainable clothing brand that focuses on minimalist clothing ranging from everyday wear to athleisure items. They have mid-range to premium priced items, and they're a popular brand within millennials and tech enthusiasts. Next, we have Lululemon Athletica, which is a company that has the biggest market share for athleisure clothing in this industry. Being the more popular brand of their products, they are more premiumly priced, but the important part to note is that they're the more popular brand that we need to combat. And finally, we have a brand called Outdoor Voices, which creates technical apparel for creation that focuses on actual fitness clothing as well as athleisure. We need to focus on combating all three of these brands and their different assets in order to show that Vuori is in fact a more unique and quality brand for athleisure and more.
So taking a look at our SWOT analysis, the innocuous style of Vuori appeals to a broad range of consumer tastes, meaning that it works well for a wide range of activities. Ethical manufacturing and sustainable practices are also a huge selling point, as these are topics that are heavily valued by consumers. Testimonial advertising through the use of influencer partnerships has also been a great success for Vuori. Some weaknesses include a media strategy that lacks entertaining, informative content. Consumers enjoy seeing how people utilize their apparel, and this would be something that the company could benefit from in their media strategy. There seems to be a lack of presence on short-form video platforms. Brand positioning is also very similar to competitors in terms of messaging on social platforms. There's also limited sizing, and media content does not reflect the leisure in athleisure. Some opportunities we've noticed are changing preferences amongst consumers. Out with the office and in with the remote means that people are spending more time in their homes and less time in the office, which means that they have newfound hobbies that give consumers the opportunity to explore apparel that fits their active needs. New consumer values also open the door for new partnerships with creators. In terms of threats, Vuori does have a small market share when compared to the Lululemon and other competition. New kids on the block, including Everlane and Outdoor Voices, mean it now more than ever, it is imperative that Vuori establishes itself in their social media marketing efforts. And competition from moderately priced athletic wear companies also looms as a threat.
We also took the time to go over a brand new brand narrative for Vuori, and we'll go ahead and read that together now. Happiness is priceless. In life, there are countless things that make us happy, but sure enough, those are the things that count the most. They reinforce what we love, what we do, and who we are. And to us, that means everything. But throughout our lives, we experience changes in our environments, in our communities, and even in the things that make us happy. We gain new perspectives with each new experience, trying new things, putting ourselves out there like never before. We redefine and rebuild, breaking down boundaries and disrupting tradition. And it all starts with one thing, an investment. We invest in ourselves, but not just for ourselves, but for others, for our communities, and for the world we live in. We learn and grow by investing in new experiences. We feel more connected by investing in meaningful relationships, and we improve how others live by investing in our own craft. Above all, we feel happy and fulfilled when we invest in ourselves, because an investment in ourselves is an investment in happiness. Make your next investment in happiness with Vuori clothing, a new perspective on performance apparel built to move in and styled for life, to help you get up, get out, and keep investing in what counts. Invest in happiness. In addition to a new brand narrative, we've also come up with 3 new key messages for Vuori as a brand. The first one is a new perspective. At Vuori, we strive to break boundaries and redefine what performance apparel looks like, feels like, and means. Just as we reinvent ourselves to create better versions of ourselves, Vuori reinvents activewear to provide a fresh perspective on the clothes that help us do so. Next, the environment. What goes around comes around. We are dedicated to keeping this planet happy and healthy, just as it has done for us. And at Vuori, that means reducing waste, ethically creating sustainable products out of the best materials nature has to offer, and remaining carbon neutral for a healthier environment. And finally, community. We believe in connection through community. Our relationships with others shape our lives, and from our staff to our partners, we strive to bring together individuals from all cultures and heritages to enrich each other's experiences and to learn from one another daily. And together, we can make great things. Let's cover some marketing goals and objectives as well. For Vuori, our goals are simple. We have 3 main goals. The first is to strengthen brand awareness and brand image by emphasizing Vuori's unique take on high-performance athleisure apparel on social media. The second is to increase overall brand reach across social media platforms. And the third is to increase conversions across social media platforms. Let's also go over some market personas to take a look at Vuori's target audiences. This is Athena. We're going to call her the mindful consumer. Athena is 22 years old. She has a BS in environmental sciences and lives in Portland, Oregon, and she works as an environmental planner, making around $45K a year. She loves connecting with nature and her surroundings through yoga and meditation, always taking action to care for the environment, and values honest, ethical practices from brands. Some of her frustrations include that it could be difficult for Athena to find affordable, sustainable, high-performance athletic wear brands that practice ethical manufacturing and make efforts to give back to communities. For Vuori, here are some of the positives for Athena. Vuori x the Rob Machado Foundation provides a clear way that Vuori is giving back to communities. Flexible fits and material are perfect for yoga for Athena, and Vuori's ethical manufacturing code of conduct aligns with her values perfectly. As for some negatives for Vuori for Athena, Vuori has some rather expensive yoga wear. Athena wants to see Vuori giving back to communities and the environment in more ways as well, and she even wants to have the chance to be a part of it. Here we're going to take a look at Jonathan, who we're putting in a performance category. So Jonathan is 27 years old. He has a master's in business analytics, lives in San Francisco, California, and works as a business analyst, making around $80K a year. Jonathan is willing to do whatever it takes to stay healthy and active, and he's always focused on improving himself. He only settles for the best of the best in quality and any purchase as well. He also carries a no-nonsense attitude about himself. Despite the high price tags on some high-performance athletic wear, the quality of materials doesn't always directly reflect that in some cases for Jonathan. Jonathan wants apparel that is comfortable and also shows off his physique and will last after many intense workouts. Some positives of Vuori for Jonathan include that Vuori emphasizes a form-fitting but lightweight look. Vuori's sustainable and high-quality materials also justify higher price points. For some negatives, there's some generic sizing conventions to Vuori's clothing that can make it hard for Jonathan to find exact fits due to his physique. Jonathan also wishes for some more gym-focused apparel from Vuori. Finally, we're going to take a look at Lauren. Lauren is who we've put in our athleisure category as a persona for Vuori's target audiences. Lauren's 20 years old. She's pursuing a BA in psychology and lives in Orange County, California. She currently works as a waitress, making around $20,000 a year. For Lauren, quality time with friends is a top priority. She loves to look put together even while relaxing and has a strong work ethic, balancing a demanding waitress job with rigorous university coursework, and she loves to unwind in fun and relaxing ways, especially with her friends. It's difficult for Lauren to find clothing that is both comfortable and easy to wear and looks high quality so that she can feel confident and relax at the same time while she's hanging out with friends after a long day of work or classes. Some positives of Vuori for Lauren include a wide range of joggers, leggings, hoodies, tees, and all of the above that look high quality and feel great as well. Lauren resonates with Vuori's deep-rooted values in relationships and investing in communities too. Some negatives of Vuori for Lauren include that the high prices on some items make it so Lauren sort of has to limit her Vuori purchases to maybe once or twice every few months. Also, not many vibrant color options or complex designs can make Lauren feel like she's wearing something a little too basic at times.
Moving on to the media strategy. For our budget, we took 5% of Vuori's earnings in 2020, which came out to approximately $250,000. We split that across social media, influencer campaigns, digital advertising, traditional advertising, and non-traditional advertising. Social media and influencer campaign each took 25% of that budget, with non-traditional advertising and traditional advertising each taking 15%. For digital advertising, we allocated 20% of those earnings in order to reach our goals. For our first social media type, we chose Instagram. Some of our content types include sponsored posts, reels, stories, and Instagram Live, which we would post approximately 1 to 2 times per day, and that's optimal for the users on this site. KPIs include engagement, conversions, and cost per click. For examples, you can see Vuori clothing with different consumers seeing themselves represented in the clothing, and an Instagram story, which includes a hyperlink that can be tracked for conversion rates. Twitter is another platform that we use for our social media marketing efforts, which includes tweets, track link to blog posts, and Twitter Spaces, a new feature that allows followers to participate in engaging conversations. Post frequency would be about 1 to 2 times per day, as we don't want to overwhelm consumers. And KPIs include engagement, conversions, and cost per click. In the copy, you can see that we include our hashtag invest in happiness, which acts as a call to action for consumers to participate in using it and sharing the perspective for a chance to be featured in the next campaign.
Let's talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn might seem like a more unusual platform to use for a clothing brand, but we've chosen to take this route because we believe that a lot of entrepreneurs and tech enthusiasts use LinkedIn often enough to be able to see the content that Vuori might post and be inspired to check out their website and buy their products. So some of the content that we can engage in are embedded blog posts and focus on the organization's sustainability efforts. Ideally, we should post about 2 to 3 times a week, and we'd like to measure the success of these posts by looking at the engagement, like likes, shares, and comments, and how many conversations are happening in the comments, as well as the CPC, which is cost per clicks. Next, we like to use Pinterest. Pinterest is a great platform to use for advertising because we can use pictures of our content as well as our products to create pins, style inspiration, and even link building. There's a great shelf life of about 6 months, and the KPIs can be measured by the sessions, page views, repins, saves, and followers. This is a great way to get Vuori's products out there and make everybody use it as inspiration and even seek out their clothing more with their shopping tab on Pinterest.
Moving on to Google, we decided to utilize the platform as a form of digital advertising for search engine optimization, sponsored search results, and off-page optimization. Some key search phrases that we like to target for SEO include athleisure, performance apparel, and sustainable clothing brands. As you can see in the ads on the right-hand side, there's one for a search of performance apparel that is bolded, and an athleisure one that's bolded as well, both words that were targeted for the platform. Some KPIs include click-through rate, cost per click, cost per lead, search engine results page spot, and the quality score that we receive from the Google Analytics service.
So let's get into our influencer campaign a little bit. So here we're starting off with Aisha Curry, who has 7.3 million followers on Instagram. She's a well-known influencer as well as a celebrity wife of Steph Curry, famous athlete basketball player. And she's known for her health, fitness, and food posts, as well as just general content on wellness. She lives in the SF Bay Area, and she'd be a great influencer for Vuori because she generally posts about content relating to Vuori's ideals and values, and she would reach out to a greater market of athletes as well as lifestyle and fashion enthusiasts. Next, we have Emily Mariko, which may seem like a more unconventional influencer to reach out to, but we think she'd be a great influencer to partner with because of not only her follower count, which is 8 million followers on TikTok, but also because her ASMR food videos and lifestyle videos are a great way to showcase her living her everyday life in Vuori's clothing. She's from the SF Bay Area, and she reaches out to millennial and Gen Z audiences in the most accessible way, which is on TikTok. That's a lot of exposure, and that's a lot of new eyes looking at Vuori's content and being inspired to look into their clothes and possibly even purchasing some items. So our next influencer is Elliot Burton. He's a fitness, gym, and health-based influencer on Instagram and YouTube with about 600,000 followers. He works with fitness brands regularly, which is why he'd be a great fit for Vuori. He has a minimalist aesthetic on his Instagram, and he's also a motivational speaker. Many of the things that he talks about and uses in his workouts align directly with Vuori's values and brand image, and he'd be a great person to reach out to reach to the male audience on Instagram and other social media platforms. Next, we have Tiffany Wang, who's an SF-based influencer that focuses on fashion and lifestyle posts. She has about 88,000 followers on Instagram, and her lifestyle generally aligns with the upper middle class in SF, where she reaches out to millennial audiences with her fashionable taste as well as her travel pictures. She'd be a really great influencer to work with because she could easily show off Vuori's clothing in her posts and do more sponsored posts for Vuori overall. Let's get into some of the other creative we have planned for Vuori's campaign. So here we have a poster print ad mock-up that could be placed all around the city on different landscapes and architecture. And then we have a magazine print ad mock-up. This would be a really great place to advertise Vuori in any fashion magazine, fitness and health magazine, or any magazines that generally reach out to the millennial or Gen Z audience. And here's an example of a billboard mock-up for Vuori using the hashtag #InvestInHappiness.
So we want to make consumers feel as in touch with Vuori as possible, and what better way to do that than with music? That's why we've come up with an accessible Vuori playlist on Spotify, creating this mood playlist that fits within the brand image and can also prompt consumers to check out Vuori's products. Whether listeners are working out, hanging out, or on a drive, they can vibe with Vuori's values. If you have a chance, head over to Spotify and have a Vuori good day with our playlist.
So our next campaign idea is dating apps x Vuori. Using the ad space in dating apps can be a great way to reach out to our target audience, especially by utilizing popular apps like Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge. We can have information on the nearest Vuori store as well as pictures of their latest products, and it can be like they're swiping right on them while they're on this app. The copy in the ad can allude to the outdoorsy activities that can be done while wearing Vuori and possibly some date ideas for the next person that you swipe on.
And lastly, one of our last key messages is community. We want to be able to host outdoor community events that promote environmental justice and sustainability to consumers that can be held in urban locations like San Francisco, Seattle, Los Angeles, and New York City. Because Vuori is committed to environmental sustainability, we want to be able to host events like trash cleanup that will be able to preserve locations for years to come.
Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and we hope you liked some of the ideas we hope to implement into Vuori's campaign efforts in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.